Hello YouTube, Flaviat here, and I bring you guys to one of the long episodes that I'm gonna have, and we're gonna be really reviewing the VVP or Vintage Vehicle Pack mod from CurseForge. There are not a lot of people who review this mod, and I think that it will help a lot of people, and I just really want to do that for my channel. So starting out with the BTR 80. Um, oh, that is a Humvee. That is not what it said it was. Hold up. Alright, so we're starting out with BTA 80. It's a nice green. I would probably see it if I was camouflaging it in some way or some form. Uh, Creative battery, and then obviously they all have good armor. It's just a matter of like whether it can stop the actual Superb Warfare RPG that I usually have them come with, uh, like the RPG, because it's very, very strong. Look at that, that's insane. Or the Javelin, both of them are very, very strong all at the same time. Nice armament on the vehicle. Um, it's got good blast damage. Um, about this big just from one shot. It's pretty good. It's five people. Um, Especially with power. I do have creative power. Um, it it moves okay-ish, but it does have a second weapon as well, which is very strong, 7.62 millimeter weapon. This is not a very fast vehicle. It can definitely still run things over, and is still really effective, but it will not take out or anything, and you will definitely not escape something that's faster like the Humvee. So this Humvee seats 5 as well. Um, Very nimble vehicle, I would say. Um, you need two people in here to at least operate the machine gun. Um, but I think it's very nimble. It's pretty fast. Um, it's got good everything. I think you'd um, probably escape something that you'd be chasing. Whoa. Um, really, really cool vehicles, both of them. Here we have. Here we have the medical Humvee. Which is pretty good. It seats 4 this time, 2 in the back and 2 in the front. Um, there's no really purpose for this. It is a lot slower than the BTR and the Humvee, but it definitely um, definitely looks cool. I like the aesthetic. Maybe not as well armored as real one in real life. For this one right here, this is just FMTV, pretty generic military truck. Seats 8 this time, just pretty nice. This would be a better transport vehicle, probably used in convoys and stuff. Really, really sick vehicle. Here's a windshield view. Amazing. Um, of course, it sounds amazing as well. Definitely an amazing vehicle right there. Right here, we are starting to move into like actual armored vehicles. So this is the Stryker M1128. It seats 5 and it has a tank turret on top, which is very strong, very strong weapon indeed. Made a pretty large crater rear. Nimble, but I wouldn't say too very nimble. Pick that up. But pretty fast. It's faster than, I would say, not pretty fast. It's I would say it's faster than BTR, but it also has a secondary weapon, which is also a 7.62 machine gun. Not as fast as, but not as fast as the rest of the vehicles, but definitely heavier armament and probably better design. The Dragon. This is BTR 4. So this has a 3 weapons, 2 toes, I believe. Yeah, 2 toes on each side. A 7.62 machine gun, as you can see on the barrel, and then a 30mm cannon. This is the cockpit view. I believe this is an autocannon, the 30mm. Correct me if I'm wrong. 7.62. Pretty destructive, and then the tow missile. Just aim for slime. So, pretty straightforward. Seat 7, which is really good. I'd say it's pretty heavily armored. It's faster than the Stryker and the BTR. Definitely a heavier armament. I would personally, this would probably be like my personal choice if I was trying to escape anything. I talk about escaping a lot because usually that's what I do. I do a lot of escaping. And then this is the BMPT Terminator. Really nice sandy color. A lot of blue elements in this. Really good sandy color. Really good. Like as you can see, the missiles, the tow missiles in there. The autocannon, and you can obviously see the machine gun on the top. A lot of blue. Very cool design. Very sleek. Looks very nice. On the machine gun right now. Very devastating, even for the machine gun. I believe they alternate shots. Yeah, they do. That's pretty cool. And then, yep, the tow missile. Definitely, I think probably one of the coolest features on these is like it follows your cursor. Take a look at that. Boom. Pretty nice Russian writing on the display there. Sits 5, which is a lot for a tank. I don't know. I haven't played with a lot of people, so I don't know what they all can do, or like if they have different accesses to different weapons or something. I'm guessing this would be really good against our like helicopters or a plane or something, but I would say this is probably like the slowest vehicle out of all of them. I might be wrong. but pretty slow vehicle. Um, if we go back here, let's just take some of these. Now we start moving into kind of like tanks. This is the Ukrainian Bradley. Really cool detail, like the cross on there and the cross on the front, cross on the side. Um, really, unfortunately, I do believe that is a mixed texture, which is somewhat sad. But this is a pretty slow vehicle, but I would say its weaponry probably makes up for it. It also has a tow missile and a machine gun, along with the 30mm cannon, which I think is a very typical loadout for some of these vehicles. Just very very OP for vehicle. It doesn't really do much damage to a mob if it's not like close to the, like, it has to be like on top of the mob. There were like 3 zombies there and I only killed 2 of them with 1 shot, which I'm not saying is bad, but you kind of have to aim up a little bit. I just ran over a bat. That's kind of funny. But yeah, just really, I think just really like. Time set day. But yeah, looks really urban, I would say. The blue textures sort of take away from it, just like the BMT. Sort of just I would be kind of mixed about it. Like, I don't know how to. Just the red and then the blue just kind of give it away a lot, maybe a little too much. You can also see the hitbox on this thing, which I'm trying to run into, but it's right there. Uh, all of them have a good hitbox, so like you can hit at the very end of this and it works. But just like affecting a block away from it, sort of just kind of like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. But as you can see, like the tow missile system right here, and then you can't really see the machine gun, so I don't know where that is. I don't know where the machine gun would be compared on this, but it is still pretty cool nonetheless. But last protection armor there. This is the M2 Bradley American version. Well, I mean, they're both American. This one is just not intended for the Ukrainian war. Still the same thing as a Bradley. Isn't faster, slower, has same armament. Pretty boring, but definitely cool to have a variant in your army. This is the M1A2 Bradley. Pretty cool woodland camo. Definitely good for urban areas. This is a pretty fast tank, I would say. Definitely compared to like the Stryker or the BTR. Definitely a faster vehicle. This one has an armor-piercing round option, and then a 7.62 machine gun. As you also see, it kind of accounts for like my crosshairs right there, and the machine gun goes right there, which is really cool because on the turret right here, you can see that it is off, which is really nice. I do have two of them actually, and a machine 50 cal option, but I am guessing that is for if you have all three people in the tank. Which would mean that would be an extra two weapons. Sorry, extra two weapons that this tank could have, which is still quite a lot if you ask me. Um, but yeah, really cool vehicle. I really like it. Probably kind of wish that there was like a thing where you can like use all the paint, because this is not a pretty uniform army. Like they're all different colors. Even like the Ukrainian Bradley and then the regular Bradley are different just by like the slightest bit, and it's kind of driving me nuts. Like there's like 40 different shades of green, and yeah. This has the blast protection armor, as you can see from the regular one. The shingle-like armor means it's SEP, SEP, um, and it also has a 50 cal on the front as well, which is unlike the other one. This one also has another two antennas and a more armored 50 cal, along with, I believe it is a more armored 7.62 machine gun as well. Definitely a cool vehicle. Works just like the same as the other one, just more decked out. Probably would cost more if you're trying to make it in survival, which I don't even know if these recipes are possible in survival. Um, Look, I just work here, dude. Same woodland color though. These two would work really well together. Um, Definitely would be in like some sort of convoy. I could see this Humvee and then this Humvee in the same convoy, as well as like the FMTV, like maybe the Bradley, because it kind of matches up with the Humvee, but kind of varies, kind of depends. This is the M60 Patton, I believe. Really cool tank. Pretty fast. This is World War II or Vietnam, um, Korean War era tank. Very cool nonetheless. Still same armament type as the Abrams, just different model. Definitely still cool though. Always love the models. This one can seat three people instead of just, well, also as well as the Abrams can. Pretty good armor as well, plate armor. Kind of just like it's in shambles. You can see the RPG armor on the back. Like the rocket protection armor in the back, and like where you can store stuff. The nice brick uh, uh, blast protection is also really good on both the Bradley and the M60, as well as this one, the M2 Bradley Ukrainian. That is all for vehicles, and now as we get into like the helicopters, and there is one plane in this showcase, but this for all of them is all the vehicles, all the destruction, which is pretty darn cool if I do say so myself. Uh, Definitely a super cool sight to see. Options, controls, keybinds, F2. Done, done, done. All right. So let's start off with the helicopters, and I will go closer to this village for more testing, I could say. This is the MIL um, MI-24. Pretty cool helicopter. If you guys know why it makes this like noise, like that, like the like that, please tell me in the comments below. It really helps me out. Because I still have no idea what this is. Pretty cool dash up here. Flares. Um, your 2 kilometer. I don't know how to say that. You can look around using C. It also zooms in. I just used one of my flares. You use space to lift off, and you do space again to gain sort of an altitude. This helicopter can seat 6 people. Um, 20 millimeter cannon, which I would say is a very, very good, um, very good armament for a plane. And then they have 25 small rockets. The side is not the best view. Definitely blocks your whole screen. I kind of wish as a more further back view. That just might be me. You can see the rockets are pretty destructive, but I believe the 20 millimeter cannon might be even more. It's not too hard to land it. It's pretty easy even. You just kind of have to touch it on the ground, really. And then just get out and really like you've landed it at that point. Almost hit my head in the blades there. That would have been bad. And the next one we have an American Cobra, which I would say is probably one of my favorite helicopters. Is used a lot. Used a lot. And this time it has 3 different things instead of 1. Instead of just 2. My bad. The 20 millimeter cannon, small rockets, and then the AGM-65. This helicopter seats 2 instead. And look, we have a lovely village to test this on. As you can see, very large explosion there. Sent blocks flying sky high. Just amazing at what this helicopter can do for just how small it is. Just to decimated those 2 houses. But like the like the pass helicopter, I'm not saying that name again. Like the pass helicopter, I can't even hear myself talk over these helicopter blades. Like the other helicopter, you kind of just need to like land it or like touch it to the ground. It's not that hard. Just sort of like this, and then you just get out. It's not too hard. Slash time set day. I just changed that in settings real quick. Never mind. And then we sort of get moving into the Blackhawk helicopters, which this is the armored version. This one seats 9 instead. I believe the UH-60 sits more, or maybe the same, but that is still a crap ton of people. I don't even know if you had enough friends to do that with. This one only comes with 2 armament options, which are the AJM-65s and 25 small rockets. A really cool side view. This is what it looks like inside the cockpit. As you can see why I went for the side view, because you can barely see a single thing in here. Definitely a cool helicopter. Always loved the Blackhawks. Very iconic. Definitely a cool vehicle. Very, very fast and nimble as well. Probably about the same as the Cobra, but probably about as cool as well. Like I said, just landing the other ones, it just takes that much. It doesn't take too much effort to land it. And then this one is the UH-60, which does not have any armament on it, but it does carry 9 people, which I do believe it is cheaper, but it just does, it's faster and it just takes more people without like having to be shot down. It's more universal, I would say, and it's less work than doing like getting all those rockets for the helicopter or whatever. So pretty easy to land, not hard at all for all of these, but once we get into planes, it will be somewhat easier. But these all are very, very easy to actually shoot and destroy. I'll be aiming for this one right here. Very, very takes a lot more than it would for the vehicles. Definitely would probably need superb warfare stuff. Um, but just like that, the helicopter is destroyed by one javelin missile. And this one is perfectly fine. And I do believe it just takes one to destroy any of these helicopters. Um, as you can see right here, I do believe I missed by a long shot. I do not know where that is going to go, but this one is now a F-35, which is pretty darn cool. I love the models. I love the United States Air Force insignia on the back. The bombs and missiles on here are insane. Ooh, that just kind of phased out there. The bombs, missiles, the cockpit looks absolutely amazing. Just from outside here, you can obviously tell where the hitbox is. Well, the exhaust and the back looks absolutely incredible. Um, Definitely a sight to behold. Would not want to see this flying over my base. Grinding the gears again, as you can see. This is sort of what I wanted more to see on an aircraft, like as such the helicopter. Some sort of like this third person view, which would have been really nice to see. I think a lot better in my opinion. Took a while to get off, which I think is much better than more plane mods because it sort of just takes like nothing to get off. But this time we have 3 possible armaments. Sorry, 4. Um, very, very heavy, very, very heavy armaments. This time coming with an MK82 bomb, and you may not have a friend in the cockpit. That is not possible. Um, as you can see, that was a huge crater as we are going down, and I thought that was probably like some of the coolest stuff I have ever seen. The plane going down was insane. The crater for the bomb was also insane. Um, I know the guy who made this did a amazing job. I truly admire his work. I'm glad I get to have Minecraft that can actually play this. Really excited. I just love military. And thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It means a lot to me. We're on a road to 100. Let's go. Hopefully by the end of this year, we will have 100 and start out strong for next year. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all, and just have a good rest of your day. Please comment down below what mod you'd like to see me review next, and I will probably get around to the most top liked video. Hopefully this will be the most viewed video on my channel, but without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Fabian out.